What's up? This is Unique FX doing a tutorial for Carbon Reveal. So first up we're going to change the logo in this project, then change some of the colors here and take a look at the scenes. So to change your logo, just open up the Your Logo composition, and I'm going to import the Envato logo in here and just drag and drop it onto the composition here, and you can delete the Your Logo text layer. So now we have the Envato logo in here, and to customize some of the colors here, let's go to the scene 2. So let's change the light color. So open up the effects panel of the color control layer, and in here we have color pickers for the light color, and we'll change that to a light blue like on the Unique FX preview, like so. So it's very light and we get this nice blue gradient here. And you can also change the background color. So the main is the background here. You can see we can change it to whatever we want, and the secondary color is the color of these lines here. So let's try out if we change those to red. So you can see the lines change, but this looks pretty awful, so we'll keep the lines at white and the background as black. So that's how you can customize the colors here. And now we have our logo changed, and let's take a look at one of the scenes so you can see how this project is built. So let's pick this scene 2, and in here we have the main light which lights up the scene, camera, and this camera is linked to this camera control null layer. Then we have the original logo on top here, so I'll just turn this off so you can see. Then we have the 3D logo, which is this black part here, creating the extrude effect, and let's turn that off. Then we have some fake shadows at the bottom, and finally the carbon texture. So that's your layers in here. So let's say we want to customize this scene a bit. So first thing you should do is turn off the 3D logo, so this makes the previewing a bit faster. And let's say we want to change some of the camera movements, so we can also turn off the main light so we can see the whole scene. And now we see how the camera moves in here, and the rotation is animated inside the camera control. You can see the rotation keyframes here, and the position is animated inside the camera itself. So let's say we want to start a little further away from the logo, so we'll just drag the camera a bit further so we see the logo a bit better. And then we have the rotation movement, and in the end let's say we want to be quite far away like this, and we can also play around with the rotation. So we want to be a bit more like so, and not so much tilted on the rotation. So now we have a new camera animations going on here. Then just turn on the light, so now we see what the scene looks like. Looks pretty nice, but I think we want to start the light a bit to the right. So let's open up the position properties of the light, and in the first keyframe you can see it starts here, and we'll just drag that to the right on the x-axis, and now it's starting a bit more further to the right and moving nicely over the logo. And also the intensity of the light is animated, so you can find it in the light options. So in here we start with the intensity of 0%, and we build up to 300%, and it stays there 300 pretty much to the end in here, and then we fade out the light, so that gives this nice glossy effect. And looking good. So now we can turn the 3D logo back on, and this is pretty much what your scene will be looking like. So it's pretty simple to customize these light and camera movements. So now let's take a look at the final scene. We have a couple of new things there. So we have the black fade out layer. Once again, let's turn off the 3D logo. We have the black fade out layer up here, and it's just a black solid layer, and we animate the opacity to create this black fade out effect. And same thing here, we have the main light. This time we're moving down here to the center, and then we are actually animating the intensity at one point. You can see here, let's turn the expression off. We're at 300 on the intensity, and then it lights up to 600%, and then we stay that way to the end, like so. So that's the animation for the light. For the camera, we have a little bit of rotation going on, not as much as the previous scene, but some rotation, and the position is also animated, and we're moving away from the logo all the way to the end. So if you want to change those, here are the keyframes. And then we have the final logo coming in. So when we have our light going to 600% and lining up the scene here, we wait for a while, and then we animate your final original logo into the scene. So you can see it in its original form, like so. And then we have the fade out in the end. So that's the final scene. If you want to change the carbon texture in the background here, you can find the composition in the contents folder, texture, and carbon texture. We have it right here. The composition is 3000 pixels by 3000 pixels, so you want to have a high quality texture you use. And I suggest you drag it and drop it under the tint adjustment layer, so you have the color controls working on your own texture. So that's pretty much how you edit the Carbon Reveal project file. Thank you very much for the purchase and support. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can email me through the profile page on VideoHive, or leave a comment on the item page of this Carbon Reveal. And don't forget to rate the project. Thank you very much.